Hello, this is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel Arunfoot. Today I want to talk about Indian national team head coach Manolo Marquez and potential choices that he could make about bringing in new talent into the Blue Tigers squad. But first of all, we need to think about and look back at the Indian Super League season 2024-2025 and how players have performed, not performed, have been inconsistent, and that makes it very, very difficult for the Indian national team coach to actually find a proper squad of 23 players to represent India in the friendly against the Maldives on the 19th of March, and then of course the AFC Asian Cup 2027 final round qualifier against Bangladesh on the 25th of March. So let's go through it. I was myself going through the ISL stats, and it was shocking to see that most of these stats were being clearly led by foreigners. There are very, very few areas of stats where Indian players are in the lead. Very, very simply said, successful passes is something where, interestingly, Mehtab Singh, the Mumbai City FC defender, is leading. And of course, in the goalkeeping positions, because we don't have any foreign goalkeepers in the ISL. But otherwise, all the other stats, the foreign players are much, much better than the Indians. But still, let's go through positions and let's see where we can find young talent. To me, an interesting example of a young talent would be Ritik Tiwari, the young goalkeeper at FC Goa. Hadn't had much ISL experience prior to now playing. Lakshmankant Katimani was actually brought in by Manolo to be his number one, but Ritik has made his position in the squad. But the question is, will Manolo pick up this young goalkeeper that he sees day in, day out in training as someone that he could utilize in the Indian national team? Gurpreet Singh Sandhu hasn't had the best of seasons. Amrinder Singh, mixed season. And Vishal Keth, yes, had a very good season. 14 clean sheets, but again, due to his defense, wasn't tested that much. So therefore, in that position, looks very, very difficult. When we come to talk about defenders, I don't see any young player pushing for a position. It's experience which comes in. Shubhashish Bose, often criticized, one of the best players in this season. Akash Sangwan as well, had a good season. So those two as left backs. Roshan comes in potentially as right back, left back. Ashish Rai stays, Valpuya stays. And a centre back, most probably the quartet of Sandesh Jingan, Anwar Ali, Rahul Beke and Mehtab Singh. In defensive midfield, that's an interesting position because there are a few options I think that should be discussed. But at the start of it, the list starts with Apuya, continues with Suresh Wangjam. And then the question is, does Anirudh Thapa retain his place or not? Does a younger player get a chance? Does, for example, an McCartan Nixon, for example, get a chance? Does maybe an Ayush Chetri get a chance? Does maybe an Namte get a chance? Those are the names that come in mind. Jiteshwar is a player that I like, but he hasn't played that much as he did last season. So those are players that I could see potentially getting into this squad. When we come to talk about creative players, Brandon Fernandes has not had a good season at Mumbai City, but still, Brandon, to me, there are no options at the moment. Sahal Abdul Samad, I saw him against Punjab FC. That was very, very worrying the way he played. So in my opinion, Sahal is also injured. I don't know. What are the options? Is it Amesh Naurem at East Bengal? Has played better in the last few weeks after quite a bit of criticism when Oscar Bruzon joined East Bengal. Does maybe a Bryson Fernandes get a chance in that position? Bryson, to me, is certainly the player, 7 goals to his name, training under Manolo. So Manolo sees him day in, day out, a player that I think he needs to consider to be at least part of the squad. And then we come to the wingers. Is it the usual suspect? I think Lalinzwala Changte is an automatic choice, even though even Changte has not had a good season. The same applies to other wingers, Liston Colasso, on and off. Vikram Pratap has not had a good season. Do we get to see an Isaac, for example, in that position? I don't think that Mohamed Sanan, for example, is ready to be playing international football at the moment. But again, those are the names that we're going to discuss at the end of the day. Or do we see the comeback of someone like an Udanta, who's been actually quite consistent for FC Goa, knows the national team, has experience on his side. So maybe Udanta might become a candidate. And when I go up front, my choices are very, very clear. Either it is Manveer Singh, or it is Irfan Yadwad, or it is Rahim Ali. All these guys could actually also play as wingers, but one of these three look to be a natural choice as a central striker. I know a lot of people will talk about David Hamar from East Bengal, but to me, David does not have the physique, the fighting element to it to be able to play international football. If he can work on those things, maybe something for the future, but to me, he is not. This, my quick journey through some of the names that are, will be, or could be, or will not be in the Indian national team squad when Manolo Marquez announces his team. But again, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have some other names to maybe throw into the discussion? Write them down in the comments below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias. Visit arunfoot.com. And I'll be back very soon. So Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.